Microsoft Power Platforms. We have our Power Apps, Rapid Low Code, Power Automate, Automated Workflows, Power BI, Analysis and Insights leg, Power Virtual Agents. Let's see, out-of-the-box integration with Power Automate and its ecosystems of hundreds of connectors. Users can enable chatbots to perform an action by simply calling a Power Automate flow. Flows help users automate activities or call back-end systems. The AI Builder lets users and developers add AI capabilities to the workflows and Power Apps they create and use. Microsoft Dataverse is a scalable data service and app platform which lets users securely store and manage data from multiple sources and integrate that data in business applications using a common data model. Connectors enable you to connect apps, data, and devices in the cloud. Consider connectors the bridge across which information and commands travel. Popular connectors are Salesforce, Office 365, Twitter, Dropbox. Tabular data source is one that returns data in a structure table format. Function-based data source is one that uses functions to interact with the data source. Connectors are bridges from your data source to your app workflow or dashboard. Triggers and actions. Triggers are only used in Power Automate and prompt a flow to begin. Actions are used in Power Automate and Power Apps. Custom connectors. API stands for Application Programming Interface and holds a series of functions available for developers. Connectors work by sending information back and forth across these APIs and gathering available functions into Power Apps and Power Automate. Data loss prevention policies. Business connectors can be classified as either business or non-business in the context of your organization. Connectors that host business use data should be classified as business, and connectors that host personal use data should be classified as non-business. Any connectors that you want to restrict usage of across one or more environments should be classified as blocked. You can manage connectors when you create or modify the properties of a DLP policy from the Microsoft Power Platform Admin Center. Data as it is in transit between user devices using industry standard TLS. TLS effectively establishes a security-enhanced browser. Microsoft Dataverse is a cloud-based solution that easily structures a variety of data business logic to support interconnected applications and processes in a secure and compliant manner. Security. Dataverse handles authentication with Azure Active Directory to allow for conditional access and multi-factor authentication. Microsoft Dataverse, scalability. Microsoft Dataverse supports transactional multi-user applications, standard tables, managed tables, columns. Each environment is created under a Microsoft Azure Active Directory tenant, and its resources can only be accessed by users within the tenant. An environment is also bound to geographical location. When you create a Microsoft Dataverse database in an environment, that database is created within data centers in that geographical location. Any items that you create in that environment are also bound to that environment's location. You can create more than one environment to manage solution development and data storage by setting up one environment for development, another for testing, another for production. In Microsoft Dataverse, you can define business rules. Business rules allow you to apply and maintain business logic at the data layer instead of the app layer. Business rules can be used in Canvas and model-driven apps to set or clear values. The rule is tied to the data, not the app. Power Automate, automation of repetitive tasks. Common data sources, Salesforce. 3 types of flows you can create with Power Automate are cloud, business process, and desktop. Loops, switch, do until, apply to each, and expressions. You can build a recurring flow. Choose approvals under actions, export the flow. Datasets, reports, dashboards, workspaces, and capacities are in Power BI. Dashboard is something you create. The new Power BI template apps enable Power BI partners to deploy. You have bar and column charts, cards, maybe KPIs, maps, pie charts, tables, app source, add-ins and extensions for your Microsoft software. App source Power BI visuals. Microsoft and community members contribute Power BI visuals for public benefit and publish them to App Source. Report, pages, visuals, drill through. Sometimes your data might contain extra data. Power BI Desktop includes the Power Query Editor. Transpose in the Power Query Editor. Ways to aggregate your data. Virtual agents. A topic defines how a chatbot conversation plays out. Trigger phrases, keywords or questions. User topics, system topics. Entities in a user dialogue. An entity can be the zip code, city, the person's name.